What is going on, guys? It is your boy K-Mac here, and this is another cartoon conspiracy theory coming at you this time. This time is actually something a little bit special, a little bit different than I usually do. I took a request from one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, the one and only Wicked Shrapnel. If you do not know who Wicked Shrapnel is, please go over to his channel, subscribe to him, check out his content. It is probably some of the funniest stuff on the internet, and one of my all-time favorite commentators. But the theory he wanted me to do, or one of the theories he wanted me to do, was something from his childhood. Because all of the series I have been doing have been more recent cartoons. He's a little bit older, so I thought I would do a cartoon from his era. And it's actually a really good theory, and it's actually really fun, and it makes a lot of sense. And it's actually probably one of the better theories we've done so far on this series. The theory we're going to be doing this time is the Inspector Gadget theory. So if you don't quite remember this cartoon, I know there was a live action movie made of it not too terribly long ago, but it wasn't exactly recent. But this cartoon's based around a robotic cop. He has all kinds of gadgets that come in out of him. He's not really the smartest guy ever, but he has a niece, Penny, and a dog. I can't remember the name of the dog, but they're a lot smarter than him, and they help him out that solve crimes against the antagonist, which is Dr. Claw. Now, into this theory, we're going to get more into Dr. Claw and who he is, because in this series, they never show his face, and we're going to get into that and just why they do that in just a second here. But first, a little more backstory on the show itself. First of all, they don't really tell you how or why Inspector Gadget has all these gadgets and is like basically an android or a cyborg or whatever word you want to use of that. He's basically half man, half machine. They don't really explain why he's like that or how he got to be like that, and that's what this theory really centers around, is why and how he's like that. Basically, according to this theory, that actually makes pretty good sense. There was a freak accident. Inspector Gadget, before he became Inspector Gadget, was just a normal detective, and he was out in the field trying to stop a crime boss or something like that. When a terrible explosion happened, he was undercover, and he's in the warehouse, and an explosion happened in this warehouse. Shit was going down, and apparently he wasn't killed, but he was maimed horrifically. He was disfigured, and he was just in terrible shape. He barely lived, and barely made it through this explosion. So they decided to use the newest and most secret technology to recreate this man with like superhuman powers and all kinds of fun gadgets and stuff. But little did they know that the actual human didn't die. He was actually alive. Like, they recreated this person and programmed him to have the exact same mannerisms, his thoughts, processes, and he even looked over his niece and his dog still. He still did all that, even though he was no longer the same person. It was a separate being, and it had AI instead of an actual person. But it did a pretty good job. Apparently in this alternate universe where they have this technology to build someone completely out of bionic parts, they did a pretty good job, and apparently it was enough like him to convince his niece and family and friends and coworkers that it was the real him, even though they obviously knew it wasn't. They pretty much just accepted it that it was the actual him and went on with it. But what they didn't know is the real human version actually had survived, and not only that, he had changed. He had the accident deformed him. It warped his brain, made him see things way differently. In a sense, he became evil. And once he discovered that they had been replaced with a robot doppelganger. If you don't know what a doppelganger is, it's like a person that looks just like you, but it's not you, basically. So they replaced him, without his permission. The robot had taken over his personal life. The robot had basically taken over his identity in every sense of the word, and just basically replacing him as the real person. So naturally, he went on this vendetta where he swore to destroy the robot no matter what it took. Basically, they had taken his life away and replaced it with a robot, and they now called it Inspector Gadget. And the human version decided that he used everything he had and knew to fight against this new robot version of his former self. Basically, he became Dr. Claw. He went under the new alias of Dr. Claw because he had the metal hand, and he was disformed, and he was half robotic himself, but he wasn't full robotic. He didn't have all the gadgets and stuff like the actual Inspector Gadget robot form of him did. He had a human brain and all that stuff, but he had weird parts of him that were not human because he had to get him replaced after that accident he had survived. But so basically, it's weird that Inspector Gadget is, in a sense, the same person as his arch enemy, Dr. Claw. because you never see Dr. Claw's face. They never show his face. They just show his arm sometimes. They show his, like, he has a metal arm and a metal fist, which goes perfectly into line with what I just said of him being deformed from that accident and having a false ham, a false limb, or something like that. Basically, they're the same person. One's just a bionic form of a former self, and it's really freaking weird that they would do this. It makes so much sense. It's really trippy when you think about it. Now, so there's some little more information to this I want to bring to you guys. This theory kind of explains why nothing ever happens to Penny, which is his niece, Inspector Gadget's niece, and Dr. Claw's niece, and the dog. Basically, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to them because he still cares for his niece. He still doesn't want anything bad to happen to his niece and his former dog. But he does. All he has a vendetta against is the robot that replaced him. So he's trying to kill the robot, not trying to hurt his niece, and he's not trying to kill his old dog, which explains why, even though Penny and the dog seem to be captured in like almost every episode by headshot. That was deep, nice. But it seems to explain why Penny and the dog, they get captured in seemingly every episode by Dr. Claw's henchmen. They never get hurt. They never get killed. They never get, held ransom. They always seem to be released. They always seem to be fine. They always, find a way out when no one's looking. And it seems to me that this is a way of Claw just trying to keep them out of the way while he tries to kill Inspector Gadget, so they, don't get caught in the crossfire, so to speak, and that he maintains her safety and doesn't end up hurting his own niece, who he loves dearly and still cares about, but basically the only thing he still cares about, because he's on this vendetta for evil against the world now, because his life has been stricken from him. But that is pretty much the entirety of this theory, guys, so go ahead and let me know what you guys think. And like I said, make sure you go over to Wicked Shrapnels channel, check out his shit. It is great. I'm sure you guys are going to love it if you guys have not already seen it already. Wicked cool guy, wicked awesome guy. I hope he sees this. And that's about it, guys, for this video. If you guys could drop a like, it'd be very much appreciated. And make sure you guys subscribe for more of these cartoon conspiracy theories. I'll also be doing some other non-cartoon conspiracy theories, ones in real life, about all kinds of things, ranging from like the JFK assassination to, I don't know, I'll get anything you guys want. So leave a comment about what kind of theory you guys want to see, cartoon and real life. And make sure you guys subscribe and like. And peace out until next time, guys. Game the fuck on. I'm out. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really helps my channel out immensely if you guys could take that 2 seconds to drop a like I said earlier. And please check out one of these previous videos for another cartoon conspiracy theory video. And have a good day. Game the fuck on. Until next time, peace out.